Time for my 145th John Carpenter game. Wants to be Millionaire, the Australian Family Picture Edition for the DVD.
Select either the adult or the junior questions here. Okay, you've chosen to answer the adult questions. There are 15 of them between you and $1 million. Let's get you up to the first milestone as quickly as possible. Here's the first question for $100.
To admit defeat is to throw in the apron, hanky, tissue, towel. That'd be a towel.
That's right, well done. Take a look at question 2. It's for $200.
Rob Reiner won the 1954 Best Actor Oscar for his performance in On the Waterside, Waterloo, Waterfront, Watershed. They'd be on the waterfront. Waterside, Waterside. What'd you say? And yeah, he actually defeated Bogart, who had a good role in the Kane Mutiny. So, which of these is a Chinese flat-bottom sailing vessel? Garbage, junk, rubbish, trash. It'd be a junk boat.
It's the correct answer.
Why do you get trash? Mine goes straight to when Rigby changed his name on the regular show.
Okay, the next question is for $500. Take a look.
The Emperor Shah Jahan built which famous building at Agra, India? Taj Mahal, Parthenon, Louvre, Buckingham Palace. That'd be the Taj Mahal for, I believe it was Mumtaz Mahal's wife, actually. And I think it was the 17th century it was built, actually. Which is kind of young, actually, compared to all the other buildings that
away
built.
From your first milestone. Get this right, and you'll be guaranteed $1,000.
Okay. This book currency was introduced into Australia on February 14th of which year? 1946, 1956, 1966, 1976. That'd be 66 when it was introduced. A full 5 years before the UK adopted it. And next year will be the 60th anniversary of it on Valentine's Day.
You are guaranteed a check for $1,000, but I don't want you to give up just yet. Let's shake things up a bit now by introducing a few pictures into the questions. A brand new experience for this special Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? You might as well play the next question. It's worth $2,000.
Okay.
Which character in mythology opened a box and released all the evils into the world? Ariadne, Pandora, Hela.
That'd be a Pandora's box.
Excellent. You've just won yourself $2,000. You're up to question 7. It's worth $4,000. You don't have to play, but here comes the question. Which fortified wine is named after an island in the Atlantic? Madeira, Sherry, Vermouth.
That'd be Madeira, which is I believe in Madeira, which is in Portugal, actually. Yeah, I think Madeira. Yeah, Madeira is either Portugal or Spain. Not too sure which one it is. So I know it's either. I know it's part of the Iberian Peninsula. So.
Who was the first Indigenous Australian to win an Olympic gold medal? Kathy Freeman, Nova Peris, Lionel Rose, Kyle.
That'd be Nova Peris did so. And it was actually a lot later on, actually, not at the 56 games, which was held in Melbourne, although the equestrian events were held in Stockholm.
We're starting to play for some serious money now. This question is worth $16,000, but if you get it wrong, you'll lose $7,000. Here it comes.
Okay.
Who is the ancient Roman goddess of the moon and of hunting? Vesta, Diana, Minerva.
That'd be Diana. I think it's 3 consecutive final prompts have gone so far in the upper tier. The final prompts in this game don't kick in until you get to $1,000. Actually, it's the same for the DVD games. Actually, although here in the States, ours are very you get final prompt first question or till the 14th question. So
Which Australian racecourse once staged a camel race called the Sheikh Zayed Cup? Flemington, Randwick, Rose Hill,
That'd be
Sandown.
a Randwick. And I sometimes say it's Van de
You'll be
Beek
glad you
because it
chose to
sounds
play that
more
one.
like a
It's the correct
Dutch name,
answer.
actually, Van de Beek. Well, you could even say Polish if you want to, but it's Randwick. Yeah.
Fantastic. I can now write you out a check for $32,000 guaranteed. It's picture questions all the way now. You might as well have a go at question number 11. For $64,000, you've got nothing to lose, and here it comes. This controversial leader died in 2004 in which country? Germany, France, Egypt, Turkey.
Nelson Arafat died in France. I believe it was on a hospital he was moved
Well
in,
done,
and they
you're
used
right.
the image in the British version about who succeeded him as member of the Palestine Liberation Organization. That one is Mahmoud Abbas, who is
This
still
question
active
is
as the
worth
leader, and he's I think only behind Paul
$125,000.
Biya as the
There's no
oldest
time
current
limit.
state
Here it
leader,
comes.
actually.
This is a view of which city in South Africa? Cape Town, Pretoria, Johannesburg,
That'd be
Durban.
Cape Town.
You'll be glad you chose to play that one. It's the correct answer. Right, you've done brilliantly so far. The next question is number 13 out of 15. It is worth $250,000. We're talking about some huge sums of money here, $250,000.
Okay.
So make sure you take your time and think carefully before you answer.
Okay.
Pictured here is an artist's impression of which space probe? Cassini, Galileo, Giotto,
That'd be
Huygens.
Huygens.
Congratulations, that is the right answer. You're doing very, very well. Okay, you are now just 2 questions away from becoming a virtual millionaire. If you get this question wrong, you will drop all the way back to 32,000. You're playing for serious amounts of money now, so be very, very careful. Here comes question number 14. This Aussie pilot was stranded in Antarctica in 2003 when refused petrol by a joint US what base? Canada, France, New Zealand,
It'd be a
Chile.
U.S. New Zealand based, and I think it was actually national news back in 2003, actually.
That's the right answer, and it gets you up to
As for this one, because
$500,000.
let's see, because I'm trying to think, it's because Rome Coliseum's out, Baz Luhrmann's out, and then Runken and Becquerel out.
Well,
So
congratulations.
1 in
You have
14
played
odds
a
now.
magnificent game
Say
so
for
far.
this one, the image
14
will be
questions correct, so just
Rainbow
one
Warrior,
more
which
to
would
win
be Canada.
$1 million. I've got to remind you that if you get it wrong, you would drop a mammoth $468,000. Hardly bears thinking about that. So here we go.
Okay.
Very best of luck. How many centimetres tall is Australian-born supermodel Megan Gale? 170, 175, 180, 185.
The actual answer is 182, but just like with Sam Murray's top price question, they rounded down to 180. I believe Mega Girl's 5.
You
I
had
think it's 5. I
$500,000
think she's.
and you risked it.
I think
Go
she's
for $1 million.
5'10
I
actually,
can
Megan
tell you.
Gale, which is about
It's the
182
right
centimeters.
answer.
So yeah, I'll wait for the day I get one where it rounds down, but yet I'll say the answer is right in the middle of it all. Yeah, this game actually kind of predates Sam Murray in the sense that
Questions correctly.
that
Well done.
they have questions about Megan Gale and then the sun's
Very
temperature
well
that he
done,
actually
and thanks for
rounded
playing
down
Family
to the
Picture
nearest one
Edition
actually.
of Who
I feel
Wants
right
to
about the whole
Be
Sam Murray
a
thing.
Millionaire?
Sam Murray's question about how many people had actually lived on Earth, and Murray said 100 billion. Murray clarified it was actually 106.5 billion, but they rounded down to 100 billion. So that's why I sometimes reference when Megan Gale or the sun pops up is that they use the Sam Murray excuse, even though this game predated Murray's run by about 4 years. So. That being said, thanks for watching.